I bought a ton of Nintendo Switch 2 accessories. Some of these I bet you didn't even know existed. And today we're gonna find out what, if any of these, are actually worth it. And all links for everything here is down below. All right, let's get opening. The first product. Get out. That was good enough. That was good. Okay, the first product we'll be taking a look at is the Super Mario Piranha Plant from Hori. This one's a little interesting, looks unique. I guess let's open it up, right? How big is this thing? All right, so let's pack this open nicely. So apparently, this is a couple of cameras Hori has, and I heard the downside for this is that it's not a 1080p. So it looks cool, but not 1080p. Okay, so we have the little Hori. This is like the back. It's a little pot when it gets placed on. Oh, look at this one. It's got some. Oh, it's got a little hook. Here, look at that. That's gonna latch onto your television, or you could place it on something. Pretty cool. We have our USB-C to USB-C. So this is gonna go on your Switch and connect to that. We also have it's like a jack, like a headphone kind of jack adapter. Okay. We have that, and what else do we have? We have a leaf. I guess this goes on the Piranha Plant to make it look a little bit better. And we have, oh my gosh, the Piranha Plant. Look at, that's the camera, and it closes. Look at this. That's the Piranha Plant. Look at that. That's really cool. All right, so how does this exactly work? So we're gonna take this USB-C, plug it into here, and wow, that's it. It's just a very loose kind of connection. Open up the camera. If you don't want to be seen or spied by the government, you can just close it like that. We also have this, so if we want to design it and make it a little bit more nicer, little flimsy, there we go. And now it looks like a Piranha Plant. And if I want to plug it in, I just USB this to the Switch, and it works. Unfortunately, the quality for this is a lot lower than the Nintendo Switch camera, which sucks. But here's something else that's pretty cool about this while we're quickly unboxing it. You could just take the Piranha Plant itself. I just turn on my Switch, and I can just put it in the USB-C at the top, go to home. I can go to my game chat, create chat. How are we looking here? The quality looks trash, but it's a cool decoration piece for your room on your Nintendo Switch. Okay, next up is something cool. This is definitely premium. It's a controller from 8BitDo. This connects to the Switch, and it connects to Windows. 2.4 gig USB support. Let's see this thing. Oh my goodness. Is this pretty or what? Let me see. How premium is this? I heard a lot of people talking good stuff about this controller. Oh, that feels nice. Ooh, that's a little bit of a premium feel right there. That is a premium feel right there. Ooh, those clicks feel good. Those clicks feel good. Oh, this definitely. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a very nice looking controller right off the bat. Ooh, we also have Bluetooth to 2.4 G switch on the back. So it has that. So I guess that's your connection speeds. The sync buttons here. It's got R1, L1, L4, R2. So definitely a couple buttons. The buttons on the back as well. The D-pad. We got the home button. Yeah, this is definitely a cool controller. Okay, but what else does this come with? Talk about fancy, dude. It comes with its own charging. Like, you literally get to show off this controller. So you get to dock it in all its glory like this, and everyone gets to see it. And it has the USB on the back. It's a little too fancy for my taste. And also it comes with its own USB, like we just mentioned, USB-C, and then we have the little instruction book. Yeah, Nintendo Switch 3.0 and above in Windows. But I don't know if this connects to the Switch too, and we're gonna have to test that out. So quick update, this controller does work on the Nintendo Switch 2. It just requires you to get a specific update, which we will link in the description below. That'll help. Problem is, this controller came out right before the Nintendo Switch 2 did, so the software doesn't work immediately right away. Maybe 8BitDo is gonna upgrade it, but this controller feels extremely premium. It can change colors by just pressing the little star button here. It feels good. Like, next to a Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch 2, I would say this is like pretty close in terms of feeling really good. So 8BitDo, solid controller. This is definitely a must buy. This is the controller grips ×2, which is supposed to make our Joy-Cons feel a little more premium, like they're almost Pro controllers. Let's see how they actually do, because you can play games on your Nintendo Switch with your Joy-Cons, right? Just like this, you can play Mario Kart. But I wonder if these make it a lot more nicer. Oh, wow. Right off the bat, the triggers, they have like this carbon fiber kind of style. They have actual like textured grips over here. Look at that, textured grips. And then what are we gonna do? We're just gonna insert our Joy-Con like that? No way, that's it? And then how do we pop? We just pop it out. Is this actually work? Okay, we're set. We had to just sync that up. Okay, so now this is working like a Pro controller. Kind of cool, actually. Can we drift well? You know, I can see me playing with this. I'm not sucking because of control. I'm sucking because my angle, my vision's not that good out here. Yeah, no, definitely feels good. All right, using this. This is really nice. The triggers on top, it's not a tight fit either. It's very loose. The Joy-Cons pop out, but these little triggers here are enough to make it feel like, oh, I'm drifting in Mario Kart. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, cool. W product. This is the Mumba charging dock. It looks like it's got some RGB. They want to let us know that the Joy-Cons are not included with this. That would be unfortunate for them if they gave it to us, and very fortunate for us. All right, so right off the bat, we're just gonna pop this open, pop this out, and let's see what this thing looks like. Oh, I didn't know the design was gonna be like that. So you guys can see it's like a little carousel where it's like 2 orange slots and 2 blue slots. It honestly doesn't matter where you put it in. It's just gonna go in regardless because it's magnet. In order to get this to work, we're gonna plug this in via the USB-C, and you can see the top just had a little RGB, and you can see the bottom has a little RGB action going on. You can see that in that camera. Look at that RGB action on the bottom. All right, anyway, Joy-Cons. How do we attach them to this thing? Pop off my Joy-Cons, and this supports up to 4 Joy-Cons on charging. I kind of like this for the fact that it's tall and it's thin and it's not like doing anything crazy wide. And your Joy-Cons just do the snap. Oh, it just snaps in place. And then you get a little signal over there stating that it's charging. So I wonder if orange means not fully charged, and then maybe it'll change color when it's done. Okay, I put my blue one in. It registered that too right there. This is not bad, right? We could put 2 more Joy-Cons in here too. Why did the orange go away? It's a little weird. I don't like the orange went away. Interesting product. I guess it's just a charger. How fast does it charge? I don't know, but it charges. The point is it looks good. It's just a little extra charger if you're not charging your Joy-Cons on your Switch and you have a bunch of extra stuff. Next up on the list is another product. It's called the NS2 charging dock, and this one is even more RGB than the first one we just looked at, and it has ambient light switch toggles. I just pulled out a massive triangle. That's what it feels like. It's a massive triangle. Okay, so it also comes with its own USB-C. I'm using a longer one for the video because I have an outlet. So it's literally it's literally a triangle with RGB on the inside. It has buttons on the top, as you can see. It has grip on the bottom, so once it's in place, like, you can't just slide it off. The other thing didn't have grip like this. This one's a little fancier. You can see that it has the charging for the blue and the orange ones, but let's plug this in and kind of see the RGB it has. This is the RGB on it. I think it's a little too much, but I know a lot of you people out there are RGB dorks. Oh, they have different modes if you push the button in the middle. Look at that. Oh, you can pick okay, I guess it's a little customizable depending on your setup. And then you could just put in your Joy-Con. It doesn't give you an indication of the charge, but it does lock in the Joy-Cons. Next product on the list, this one looks cool. This is a gaming and charging grip, and apparently has a little RGB on it, so you can charge while gaming. This Nintendo Switch 2 one that comes default does not charge. It just is an attachment, but this charges. This one might be more efficient. So popping it out, here's what this looks like, and here's what the Nintendo Switch 2 one looks like. So how does this exactly work? So it looks like there's a USB-C on top. So if you're charging this ahead of time, you plug this in, you plug it into wall, you let this boot up all the way. However, how do we know it's working? It's pulsing, as you can see on camera. It's pulsing, so I guess this is something you charge. You don't have to have the Switch controllers in here. You charge this up ahead of time, and then once it's fully charged, you could then put in your Joy-Cons in here. Your Joy-Con battery, it's a little bit more interesting than the Switch one overall because you get charging, you get longer battery life because something else is also powering your Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Is this a keep? Probably. I'm gonna have to test this and probably update it for you in a short. Next up on the list, I want to talk about 2 racing Joy-Cons. So if you're playing racing games or Mario Kart and you kind of want to just drive with that kind of method, we have 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 official race wheels and this brand. We've actually done this brand earlier in the video when it comes to sticking your Joy-Cons into something to make it feel like a Pro controller or its own controller. Let's pop open the Nintendo Switch ones. This is the blue one. This is the orange one. They're kind of sticking with the theme of the Nintendo Switch 2. And the Joy-Cons, let's see how they lock in on these. Oh yeah, no, they just immediately just magnet in. Ready? Boom. So yeah, that's how these ones work. Now we have the other ones, the controller racing wheels. Let me just pull that out for you guys. It looks like this. The difference is this is bigger. The Nintendo Switch 2 one actually has a little bit of a pattern and a texture to it. So this one feels way more premium than this one. What I do like about these though are the buttons that they have to kind of make it more clicky. These buttons are a little more smoother. Those are a little more like guaranteed clicky buttons. Let me pop this out. on this to kind of give you the feel and understand how this one works. So it's in. Now here's my issue with this. Reaching over, because it's a wider to reach this joystick, while the Nintendo Switch 2 steering wheel, I don't have that issue. So it's easy to just hit that that joystick. So pretty nice. I'm gonna say a W to the Nintendo steering wheel, and definitely an L on the other brand. So I would suggest if you're playing, get the Nintendo ones. Next, what we're gonna be looking at is another official Nintendo Switch 2 product, case and screen protector. Okay, here we go. Let's unbox this thing. Oh, it comes with a bit of stuff. I guess this is the screen protector here. If you buy this, you get a little wipe that says Nintendo on it. If you guys can see that, look, little Nintendo. That's kind of cool. So I guess you wipe down your screen with this. And now for the fun part, the case. I mean, I feel these cases are pretty common. Like everyone knows what these cases are. Like most third-party brands also make it, but as you can see that little Nintendo, and the front also Switch 2. It seems like overall this is Nintendo's kind of design they're going for. The zips have little attachments here, match the original Joy-Con. So you have the little orange, little blue, pretty cool. And then if we just open this up, just like this, you just place your Switch inside of here. So place it in, just like that, nice and snug. You close it. You kind of have to wrap this down a bit though. I notice when you place it down, this pops up a bit, kind of push it down, and then you just zip it up, and that's it. Pretty good. Pretty cool. I think that's the cool stylish part about it. Like this really represents your Nintendo product you bought. Is it worth it? I don't necessarily know if it's worth it, since a lot of cases make it just like this. So I'm gonna say it's totally up to your preference for this one. Now this next case has a lot of style to it, and this case is from a company called tomtoc. First off, look at how stylish this thing is. It has the exact imprints of where Nintendo Switch 2 controllers are, so that already looks cool. The back is actually kind of wedged, so like it feels like I'm holding a game console, which is kind of cool. The material feels like smooth. It's nice. It's not like the scratchy type of material. Let's open it up and see what we got inside. What on earth is this packaging? Hold on. Oh, dude, they shoved all they shoved this inside. Okay, now we're gonna open it up and see. So the zips, the Nintendo Switch 2 case doesn't have this, the official one. This actually has something that you can hold. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It has fake Nintendo Switch cartridges here, so you understand that that's where you put your Nintendo Switch 2. This is cool, putting a fake Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge in here to just be like, oh, put that in here. Also, this is like, you put your name and your contact on here. Really interesting stuff. Your name and contact, so in case it gets lost, someone will find it and they'll maybe contact you. That's really nice. Feels really smooth. This one's nicer. I think this is definitely a lot nicer than the Nintendo Switch 2 official. Here it is, so you can see like the grooves inside of here. It kind of goes down. That way you could insert your Nintendo Switch like easier. Like it has all those nice grooves and it fits. It's a lot nicer on the fit. Now, I don't like the whole tomtoc on the front, because I'm the type of person who wants something that looks either like brandless or it's the official Nintendo brand, but I'll let it slide just for how cool this thing is. And then you just kind of zip it up and that's it. You hold your Nintendo Switch 2 case and you're ready to go. I think it definitely gets a big worth it because of the material, the way it feels, and the way they even thought of making little indents for your Joy-Cons to sit in. So definitely a W from tomtoc. Okay, we got another case. This is from a company called JSAUX. Someone correct me in the JSAUX. Anyway, it's a colorful, ultra thin carrying case for the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's find out how colorful this is. Is it red on one side? Is it blue on the other side? Is it both? Okay, it's definitely right off the bat. You can already see that this is going to be colorful. But how colorful? So I can already see right off the bat, it is the blue color of the Joy-Con and the orange color of the other Joy-Con. And they decided, hey, this really fits the Nintendo Switch 2. Now the material is not, it's also kind of a smooth one, not rough one. It feels like the type though, that if you like poke it in, you'll probably get a permanent indent, especially if you have nails. Yeah, look at that. I already got an imprint on it. You don't want anything sharp to touch this one because of what's going to happen. Now, this also has a little handle. Not a fan of the vibrant colors. Let's open it up. We have all the little safety stuff in here. Oh, this is really smooth. The inside's really smooth. It feels like those old like couches, those old granny couches from back in the day. They also have nice little Switch 2 indents here. On the bottom part, you can see they also have spots where you can insert your game cards. Definitely not as cool as the other one because they gave me fake game inserts where I can put my name and contact. Our games go here, and then we lay our Switch on top of the games. Is that how this works? And then I strap in my Switch. So now my Switch is snug fit. So you can see that. nice and snug. And we're gonna close this, zip it up, and that's it. I'm gonna be honest, this is not my cup of tea, but let me know if this stands out for you. If not, I'm not a fan of the way the material is where you can indent it. Definitely not a W for me. JSAUX, this ain't it. All right, let's move on to the next one. My assistant, aka my wife, has informed me we have another JSAUX product to unbox, and it's another Switch 2 portable carrying case. This time, it's not as vibrant as the other one. I wonder if this is gonna feel any different. Oh, this one's a little more textured. This feels a little more, dude, I like black kind of thing, you know? Like, oh, this one feels a lot more premium than the other one. So they give you a little sling. That's nice. Whoa, what's going on here? It's not intuitive. I feel like I'm too stupid to use this case. Am I tripping, or this is meant for like, hey, you could dock up your Switch and start playing? Like, is this meant for me to play? Oh, I mean, am I reading this wrong? Maybe it is a stand. I feel like it's a stand. Material, very nice. The outside part, it's kind of tough. Nintendo Switch 2 games. So basically, the insert for this one is a lot deeper than the other JSAUX one. It feels like, you see how that little indent right there? Ooh, this would probably fit nice and snug here. I'm not a big fan of like that. I mean, it's definitely more secure in place, but that's a little weird. Maybe that does hold your Switch, and it does protect some of the screen. That's kind of interesting. Here we go. So I guess if you like black, this might be your case. This feels exactly the same as the colorful one. So it's like its own rubbery grip at the top, and then it's like just string here. And they gave all these little extra add-ons too, which probably hook on to like this if you want to strap it on. So I guess this is the more premium one. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. But if this matches your style, it's in the description below. All right, give me something good. This is JSAUX again. This one's even fancier. It's a shock absorbent case. For those of you who tend to drop your Nintendo Switch 2 cases on the floor. Oh, wait a second. This is interesting. It's plastic. It's a little string. So you can hook on to, and yeah, just to make it a little more fancy. Okay, does it fit? Oh, it fits. Can I throw this across the room and we find out? No, we're not. We're not gonna throw. This doesn't feel safe. This is what it looks like. Like you can see the Switch through it. It's like a little see-through plastic. I feel like if I was traveling, putting this in this and then dumping it into another case, I might feel a little more secure. Can I put this inside of here? If that's the case, then I feel like I'm a lot more protected with my Switch. It's a little thick. However, it fits and it gets the job done. So if you want extra protection, you get the shockproof case. On top of that, you put it inside JSAUX. So now all of a sudden the JSAUX case is winning because we just doubled up on protection because we're shock absorbent, and I can kind of drop it here without being as scared because we have double protection. We now have another JSAUX product. This is the ergonomic controller full cover case set for the Switch 2. It's another JSAUX thing. Let's open it up. So it looks like there's already a bunch of different components. Oh, it looks like even the Joy-Cons get their own protection. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like see-through. It's like rubbery. Here's the issue with the see-through stuff, right? It looks very nice. The only issue is that see-through stuff typically gets yellowing after a certain amount of time from dirt and other stuff entering into it. That is the only issue. So you put the Joy-Con in like this, take that, you kind of clip it on. So now my Joy-Con is, it's protected. So there's what the Joy-Con looks like with this on. Yeah, I definitely see yellowing happening on this product. I think this is good if you have like a kid. Like you have a kid with like dirty hands, maybe, something like that. This is probably something that's great for him to use. Come unbox with me. Oh. Hello, we're gonna unbox this one, buddy. There we go. So now, look, both Joy-Cons are in. And then we have this. I guess this is kind of inserted into the Switch like that. So it just kind of locks into the back of the Switch. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I guess depending on who is holding the Switch, if you have a screen protector on as well, it kind of protects the Joy-Con from getting scratched. Yeah, I wouldn't get this. I would not get this for your Switch. This is not a W. Oh, that didn't scratch. This looked like it almost scratched my Switch. I don't even know how to take this off my Joy-Cons. I'm scared. You're back. You're safe now. You're safe. Stay away from me with those JSAUX products. Okay, next up is the Nintendo Switch 2 official carrying case. This thing is ginormous. Yeah, this doesn't even fit on the freaking camera. So this is like if you're going out and about and you want to bring your Nintendo Switch 2 case with you, that's pretty much what this is. You want to pack your whole Switch. We're going to like host a Mario Kart night, and you know, your friends don't have the Nintendo Switch. So right off the bat, you can kind of see the Nintendo logo just like this. And on the back side of this, you can see the Nintendo Nintendo Switch 2 logo against the light. So it's pretty subtle. It's like that scratchy material. So then we just zip it open from the side and we pop it open. So right here would be where my Joy-Cons would go, right here. This is where my Switch would get placed. And then we have spot for our dock and other games and things like that. Okay, so let me show you if we could get it in. So we're gonna take our Joy-Con out just like this. Joy-Con, boom, easy fit, right? And then we're just gonna put our Switch in just like that. Nice snug fit. And you're gonna put your Joy-Con maybe in this section or other games, your power cord. Look at this part over here. You could see that you could put maybe Switch games in here possibly, or little other accessories. You have also a little zip case here, so you can store more things in there. I mean, I feel like this is a pretty solid case from Nintendo. It's thick, it has a lot going on with it, a lot of storage, and then you just zip it all up. Yeah, and then I guess if you have a suitcase and you're traveling with it or a carry-on bag, just nicely place that in its own like little corner, and it should be nice, secure, and snug. Now it's not like rock solid, like you could feel this like kind of bend a little bit, but I think it does the job enough. I wouldn't put it in a suitcase and just give it to the airport. I'd probably put this in my carry-on, if anything, and carry it with me. Or if you're just traveling like this, there you go, there's your Switch. Pretty cool product. I think it's worth it. Next product is pretty simple. This is a carrying case for your Nintendo Switch 2 games, and I kind of like it because it just, if I stand up here, it just literally fits in my pocket, like whoop. And when I'm running around the house looking for games to insert, like my physical ones, pop it in here. Like I've literally actually been using this product. Like this is not even a joke. Every time I'm like filming videos and I'm like, oh, I need to put another physical, I just pop this open, throw it in the Switch, put the other one in here, and I close it. It definitely, ooh, that sound though, ooh, it gives me chills. If it inserts wrong, it definitely, if you could get past that sound, this is definitely a cool case to store your Nintendo Switch games in it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, W. The next product we're gonna be looking at is the Mumba butterfly cartridge case. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be where you put your Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges in, and it's supposed to resemble a butterfly knife, except it's a butterfly cartridge case. So it looks cool. It pops out all your Switch cartridges like this. This is where you would put them in, so you can see. It is hard plastic, so it's a little bit awkward compared to what we showed earlier. This is a nice little like cushiony foam. That's not foamy, but it's a lot nicer, like a little rubbery where you put your Switch cartridges. But if you put it in the butterfly container, it has an arrow down, so I'm gonna just place it like that. It clicks in just like this. I don't feel comfortable with the whole clicking thing. Yeah, I don't like it. And popping it out feels a little bit stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Oh boy. Yeah. It feels like my cartridge could break on this. Yeah, I don't suggest it. So I would definitely go with something a little more protection, something more rubbery like what I mentioned before. This is not it for me. So I would suggest not getting this Mumba. The next product is not JSAUX. It's a sling bag. It's a tomtoc sling bag. Oh, even my dog wants to know what I'm wearing. It's a sling. Okay, let's take a look on the inside of what this is. All right, so themed after one Joy-Con. All right, so let's open this up, see what's inside. Like, how can you put a Switch? Oh, it's very nice. Look at the inside. We have the insert for the Nintendo Switch here. I think we could also fit Joy-Cons. Wait, can it fit the whole Switch? Oh no, it actually fits the entire Switch. It's made really well. The whole Switch actually can just slide in. Then we have a separate spot where you can put your games in right over here, just like this. And then you have another pocket where you can put something in here. On top of all that, once you secured everything, whoop, you just strap it in and you zip it up. Yeah, overall, this is a nice little sling carry bag. It's not like super protective of your Switch unless you can sneak in a thin case in there, but otherwise it's pretty good to have a sling bag, put the Switch on it, and you can adjust this to fit your height or whatever. But yeah, if you saw it, zips are nice. I think tomtoc might actually be making good product like this. They legit are making good products. I have a product and we don't know what it is. It says FINTIE. Let's see what's inside. Just a nice bag. Ooh, this is really nice to touch. Oh, this, I don't know. There's something about this that I like. This rubber feels good. Very bendable, very nice. So how do we put this on the Switch? Do we just like, is this just like a stretchy kind of thing? Oh, yep, it's a stretchy kind of thing. That's it. Wow, it's nice. It's just a cool rubber casing for your Switch. A little bit of this gets on the screen. A little bit. Let's see, actually. Yeah, it's a little uneven, like at the top. I also feel a little interference, like my grip here. Like, I feel like the A button's not as reachable. Cool concept, I guess, but practicality, my hands are not able to like grab the A button properly. I already felt like I was like, where's my A button? Why am I not clicking on it? So this rubber case is not it. It feels like your hands are displaced where they normally should be on a Nintendo Switch because of the bumps they added. So inefficient, not good. Next up on the list, I wanted to just share that I found a 1 terabyte at GameStop. I'm sure we'll get some sales on Amazon, but these sold out like crazy on Amazon once the Switch 2 was announced. So people were trying to get 1 terabyte so you can just store all your games. This one speed is up to 800 MB per second. I think that's what that means. I'm not a tech guy, but 800 MB, I heard it's fast. This is pretty good. Pretty nice from GameStop. I think it's about 180. I'm sure better deals will show up as time goes on, but they're in high demand right now. Next up, I want to talk about this product, and while it looks like absolutely nothing, so this basically gets placed on an edge of a sofa, so like on the right side of a sofa where you're sitting down, and what it has is a little insert here, and this insert is for your cell phone right over here, so you can have your phone facing up. I actually did another video where we use Zelda Notes Mobile on top of this, and it has a nice little smooth mouse pad. So what this could be good for is if you're on your Joy-Con and you're trying to play a game which requires mouse movement, this is pretty nice to have on the couch and just reach over to it, especially if you're playing Welcome Tour, doing the dodging spike game, and then we have Metroid coming out. So these are definitely great. Also, pretty nice to just balance a drink on top of it, so you want to put a drink on the couch. But I also have another product, and this is a huge one. As you can see right off the bat, it has a phone holder here. It has an iPad holder here. I also used this in my previous video. If you watched my Zelda notes, you can place this actually on your knees when you're leaning over on a sofa. You can crisscross, just lay it down. So it's really what it's supposed to be, something really comfortable. And as you can see, it has a nice mouse pad, so you can also use your mouse on this. Maybe stick your phone here, maybe put your iPad in the corner up here. So it's pretty versatile. It's comfortable, and it has a good like wrist support as well. And if you want to see an example of it, you can we'll pull up a Zelda clip of me using it during that on the couch. But very nice. Yeah, I suggest you get one of these. Definitely a W. So let me know which of these products stood out to you the most, and let me know if you want me to grab a bunch of other Switch 2 products and talk about them from a noob, regular consumer standpoint. I'm not a tech guy, and I just want to get it out the way that I'm just a regular guy taking a look at products that I like. So check out this video on your screen over here.